What is going on YouTube? Hitting back making another brand new crypto TV episode. Today's video we're going to be looking at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as the S&P 500. And we're going to have plenty of time to cover that as today's video is probably going to go a little bit longer than anticipated. Also really quick, as you guys know, we are still doing the crypto coin display giveaway here, $130 ticker. All you have to do to enter is comment your favorite cryptocurrency down below, as well as comment subscribed to be entered for free. Drawing is this Sunday, so stay tuned for Sunday's video. Now, more importantly, what we have to look at in today's video quickly, really, what you guys have to understand is S&P 500 is dropping. This is a huge drop, about 5% overall. Took many days to get this 5% drop, but that is huge. Much lower than I had thought we were going to be moving to, especially because we're now bouncing off of oversold. We're also now below our supporting levels here, which was not expected as well. So there's a lot of stuff we have to talk about with the S&P 500. But if you guys haven't realized, on the flip side, cryptocurrency is exploding up, which is very ironic. It's not something I was expecting to see anytime soon. As a fail-safe, obviously we cover the possibilities of seeing, crypto and Bitcoin return back to the upside there, but it's not expected as we've been in a fairly bearish market for quite some time. Usually September is all bearish, which we've seen, and October is usually all bullish, which is expected. I didn't think it was going to be this bullish this quickly, but it turns out it seems like I'm wrong. I don't know. A lot of information we have to talk about, a lot of reasoning, a lot of planning as to what exactly is going to be coming and what we should expect when we move forward here. Really crazy, a lot of information to talk about. So if you are curious about this, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and let's jump into today's episode. All right, guys, so here's another thing to look out for. I pulled it up on Bityard here. You can see, hopefully most of you know what Bityard is. It's basically the website we use to leverage trade cryptocurrency. I linked them in the description if you guys wanted to check them out or use them to graph cryptocurrencies. But as you guys can see, for the most part, it looks like we're seeing some sort of bull flag forming on Bitcoin. We've seen this for quite some time. We've been looking at it on our other charts, more so in a descending fractal forming from B to C formations here, which when you separate things and zoom in a little bit closer, it does reference the possibility of a bull flag forming, which is something that we're pretty much catching really early right now. We're literally catching it right here for what could be a big run. Like, we've maybe missed the small opportunity to get an inside of a bull flag, which really doesn't confirm anything until we see the notion of breaking through our resistance. But honestly, this could be the continuation of a bull flag forming. So here's what we're going to be doing, or what I'm going to be doing. So this could be potentially a bull flag. Here's the thing that we have to consider, guys. We have to see if we can close outside of the downtrend here. So honestly, 47... the way the market worked is we were hitting these lower highs. We could still hit another lower high here. You can see we are still within the major run that we just saw. We now closed above, or we're trading above the 40-day, 20-day, 10-day, and 5-day moving averages, which as of yesterday, we were not able to do. And now we're actually breaking through it. So there's still, like I said, lower high formations forming on here. And we have to see if we're going to A, retrace back down and close the daily below here and then start to head lower, or are we going to close outside of this resistance higher up? We'll kind of have to figure out where that is. I guess resistance would be above the downtrend, this big descending fractal right here. You can see this lower downtrend right here. If we can close the daily outside of there, there's a chance we could flip long and, ultimately anticipate this to be a major, bull flag forming and capitalize off this run. So you can see right here, what we're pretty much going to do is if we can close outside this long-term downtrend here, we close, let's say at 47K, let's say we close at 47.5, or if not even higher, that's when we'll be buying in long. I'll be leveraging this on Bityard starting tonight. So we don't have much time left. Tonight's candle closes in about 11 hours and 53 minutes. So we have to see how this is going to play along with the Bityard charts. Literally all we're going to do is leverage it with a market order buy and long, and this will hopefully counteract the liquidation that we just took from trading up too high. Not what I was anticipating, but it's just the way these markets are trending out. When you look at this, it kind of looks like we were due for a run to the upside here. It didn't seem like we're going to break through this downtrend, but there is, for whatever reason, some sort of bull flag forming. We shot up, and then we started a trend inside of it. You can see that's pretty much what happens. We have a pull, we start trending inside, then we break up higher. So we have the pull, we start trending up, we break down, and then we could potentially be breaking up higher. So bull flag is caught. We're seeing it early. This is a good sign. If we can close above these resistances, if we close above the 40-day tonight, if we close above this downtrend here, then we're in good sights. If we can close above this level right here, there's a good chance we can continue to expect a rally even higher, as you guys can see, and we'll capitalize on all of this, which is very good. We don't need to play around inside a bull flag. That's not something that's important, but if we can close above this, we can anticipate a big long. Or if we decide to consolidate all the way back down tonight and we actually close, I'm not going to use below the 40-day moving average here, but if we can close below the 45K day or 45K resistance price, then I'll buy in and short it to the downside here. So big flip. We're going to be making money starting tonight. So get ready, guys. Use BitYard. I did link them in the description. Very easy to use, as you guys know. All right, guys, as you can clearly see, every crypto for the most part is up. XRP is up. Ethereum is up. Bitcoin is up. S&P 500 is down. Flip side, very interesting. You can see for the most part, long term, we do have a projected, Elliott wave formation that we were following for quite some time. Beautiful uptrend, beautiful downtrend, Elliott wave supporting itself. We broke bearish, we broke through B, and we started to fall, and we anticipate B to C formations here. That's what was anticipated. We have a beautiful sideways channel that was acting as a price floor for the cryptocurrency for XRP, and this was being used. And then we just decided to break through to the downside and correct lower. Now, we did notice a few days ago that we were tracking a 4-hour short-term symmetrical triangle, which you can clearly see right here. You can clearly tell right here that we have this uptrend and we have this downtrend, which seems to have broken bullish. Not that I was expecting this, but we did start to trade outside of this descending fractal. Very hard to analyze, honestly. You can see we've had smaller movements like this in the past, and we broke bearish from there, but this symmetrical triangle actually shot us up. So here's the thing, and I don't want people to get overly excited, but I also don't want to be someone that spreads FUD. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to throw at you guys in a second, and you guys just kind of have to go along with me for a little bit. The first understanding is, yes, the current price that we're at, we are being oversold. You guys have to consider these outlooks here. We're oversold. We're still kind of overextended on the MACD on the 4-hour. We look okay, though. But we are oversold. We're trading ever so slightly above our 4-hour moving average here. Now, this is no bullish sign for XRP yet to be buying in. We have not broken above our major resistance level, so it'd be a fool to buy in now. And then tomorrow we see prices hit $1.05 and immediately reverse and dump lower. Not necessarily something I want to do. Now, from where we've originally bought in from, which was much lower right here, we're probably going to be, stopped out and liquidated the second we hit our top resistance at $1.05 very quickly. It is definitely a big possibility. I was not expecting this, but you guys do have to consider we're still creating lower highs until proven otherwise. There's still lower highs forming here. It's consistent. However you want to look at this is a lower high, this is a lower high, this is consistent with a lower high, and this pattern will continue until proven otherwise, unless we decide to break through our $1.05 resistance. We buy in and leverage to the upside. So things are looking crazy. I don't think anyone was expecting this. I've been very bearish on the market. I'll be honest with you guys, very transparent. I was not expecting a reversal. Was I preparing for the possibility, the small window of reversal? Yeah, of course. So was everyone. At least that's what I've been saying. We were preparing ever so slightly for the possibility of this reversal to happen, and there's a chance, or now we're starting to see one. But we'll see if this holds, because there's a lot of volume all at once. This could very easily swing us up, retest top resistance at $1.05, and short us back down. Now, obviously, we're probably going to get stopped out very soon and liquidated, and what's going to happen is we're going to buy in once we close the daily tonight above this resistance here, and then we'll start to leverage back up. It's very unlikely that I see this price move, even higher. I just don't expect it to happen. I mean, we are bouncing off this moving average. That is a sign that we could start to see a swing back to the upside. Not that I was expecting this. I mean, maybe this is an uptrend, however we want to look at it. It's very possible, but we are intertwined with this moving average. It could literally help us swing back to the upside. And that's probably what we're going to see with these other cryptocurrencies that were literally just bouncing off our moving average here and heading back up, which is what we're seeing. So it wasn't expected. It wasn't anticipated. Elliott wave is still forming. We were anticipating ever so slightly the small short-term potential pop to the upside here, but there were cryptocurrencies trading below its moving average. So ultimately, we're still in the market. We're still in the game. I would like to see how today closes. This big wave of volume, whatever reason that we're getting it for, it might not last. fast, and I'm not trying to spread FUD, but we just have to play the devil's advocate and assume and just confirm as a conservative trader what exactly is going on. Now, I know a lot of people are going to see this and be like, oh, let's FOMO in. Oh my God, we're going to miss out on the movement here. We got to buy in. That's not what I'm going to do. You know, we've made plenty of profit before. Let's wait to really confirm whether or not this is going to stick around. And if we manage to close above $1.05 on XRP, that's when I'll, well, I'll end up getting liquidated, but that's when I'll buy back in, leverage this. And honestly, if we just start to move back up to $1.30, I've already made my profit. Literally, I've already made my profit from here to cover my loss from here to here. It's not going to be that big of a deal, and I'm not too worried. And then since then, we're probably going to be trading inside of here. We'll see what exactly happens. We'll buy in again or sell off once we hit $1.30, but that's going to be a huge resistance. But not what I was expecting, guys. I mean, I feel like nobody was expecting this. And a major reversal to the downside here, or a continuation is what we were expecting till maybe mid-October, then see the pump. And that's still possible. It just seems very unlikely that we're seeing that. There's still lower highs, and that's what you guys have to understand. Now, moving on to these other cryptocurrencies, because this is where things get very interesting. You can see for Ethereum here, guys, Ethereum's actually retesting slightly its Bollinger Band here, closing above a resistance that honestly I was not anticipating or expecting at all. We were clearly trading inside some sort of sideways channel here. We broke through it. That's why, I mean, I haven't been trading Ethereum to begin with. That's why I'm going to leave Ethereum very quickly. I'm not going to spend much time on here. We were slightly anticipating correction back down to an Elliott wave, but it was just, we've been trading so much outside of here. It just didn't seem like it wanted to follow suit as other cryptocurrencies were. But what I'm ideally seeing happening is this was acting as a strong support level right here. And, we do have a 4-hour, symmetrical triangle, very similar to these other cryptocurrencies. But we do have this, strong 4-hour, our daily moving average here that's been acting as a very strong support. And it actually held up so much that we broke through our downtrends and broke through our resistances and actually shot up even higher. Was not expecting this. So I don't even know what to say with Ethereum. There are better coins and better cryptos to trade around. That's why I'm going to move off from that. But honestly, with its price going up to here, closing inside the sideways channel, there's a big chance we could be reversing out of this very soon. Even with Bitcoin, this is the one that I wanted to spend more time on. Bitcoin really shocked me. Not what I was expecting. I mean, ultimately, once again, we do have this big Elliott wave, and this is going to play an important role as I show you guys in a second. You can see we did have this big A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E formation here. Big Elliott wave, big support, big downtrend. We're not able to break that. We are still creating lower highs. Understand, this is a lower high. This is a lower high. This is a lower high. This is still a lower high from where we're currently trading, which means we are still headed for a bearish trajectory. Even closer in that we look. This is a resistance. This is a resistance. This is a problem zone, which is still very interesting. I mean, there might even be like this small potential double top formation here, or double bottom. 1, 2. This is another thing we have to consider. If I just zoom in really quick, this is a big double bottom potential. Not that I was expecting this, but that is still something to consider. And it's kind of a, it's kind of a support, not necessarily the biggest one. It's very interesting because we talked about this before, that some people were saying 39K was going to be the bottom for crypto. 39K was going to be the bottom for Bitcoin, and then we'd reverse up. And I've been kind of calling it 37 potential, especially by the way it's trading, but I've never seen this much volume come into Bitcoin this quickly. We've been, out of volume for so long within Bitcoin, consolidating for such a long time. Nobody was expecting this. But here's the thing now, once we zoom in closer into the analysis here, you can see for the most part, and I'll draw this support once again right about here. Yet it does clearly look like a double bottom formation as well as symmetrical triangle. But you can see for the most part, this literally all happened very quickly. Ideally the way, oh my God, you guys literally are watching this price just explode to the upside. We're probably going to be retesting 50K very soon. But ideally, I want to see how today closes. It's too risky to just dump into this market right now. There's going to be way too much FOMO happening for me to be buying in. But looking a little bit closer, this is the thing. We've been trading inside a symmetrical triangle here, or a descending fractal. This is still a descending fractal. Yesterday still was trending inside a descending fractal. We closed right on the top resistance here, but we are still heading lower. So we have lower high, and lower high again. So honestly, everything looks good in the fact that we were still anticipating the markets to actually dump. We were anticipating reversal to happen. It's very interesting too, by the way these charts are trending. I mean, I made a video yesterday basically saying this is about the last day before we see big volume come. I've been more bearish on the market, but as we know, it's pretty much a 50-50 chance as to which direction we're going to be moving to. And you can see yesterday I made this video which basically says We have 2 days left, then we had 1 day left, and then you said must watch before, or sorry, critical warning, as it was literally about to happen, and that's exactly what is starting to happen, which is absolutely nuts. We're seeing this big run in volume swing us to the upside here, and actually it's unbelievable to say the least. I mean, not many people are going to know what exactly is going on here. The other thing I wanted to show you really quickly is the 4 hour, what we were anticipating, a smaller Elliott wave that formed, and then we broke off from E, which is honestly what we're anticipating from the long-term market and looking at that. But there was a lot of resistances that I was not anticipating the markets to break through. Moving averages, resistances, downtrends, top of its Bollinger Bands, descending fractal, downtrends, trend lines, everything was thrown at this crypto, and it somehow managed to break through it. We are even trading below its moving average here, which was another reason to anticipate reversal. So I was not expecting this. Honestly, if we decide to close today, let's see if we don't just wick all the way back down by the end of today, but we do have a bullish cross in the MACD, so we're probably going to be in this. But if we close today, which we probably are, above $45,000, we're going to buy in and start to leverage this to the upside here. We're going to anticipate a bigger run. Not that anyone was expecting this, but we still are in these lower highs, and I just don't want to, get burned here, so I just have to wait for this to consolidate. There's a very big chance that with this major volume that's coming up, either tonight or the rest of today, we're going to reverse back downwards, or we're going to see some consolidation play out here immediately after this pump to the upside here. There's a lot of things playing around right now, but the fact that we broke through or are starting to trade above 45K gives me reason to believe we might start to see continuation back to the upside here. Major reversal. No one was expecting this. We did maybe see the double bottom. There was a symmetrical triangle, which we broke bullish from. I'm not entirely sure why we did this. We were all anticipating a lower high. From where we closed yesterday, we were all anticipating this would reverse to the downside. And the Elliott wave on the small fractal that we were forming, the symmetrical triangle, looked like it was coming to an end and we would see it reverse lower. That's what we were anticipating, but we didn't. We reversed to the upside here. So I'm letting things play out. Very quickly, we decided to rise to our resistance level, and we broke through that. So if we can close above 45K, obviously I did get liquidated from where I bought in. It's a very small movement here. You can see it was only a very small move, probably a 3 to 5% from 42.9 to 45. It's a very small move, and if we buy in at about 45K, we can leverage this to the upside. That's what I plan on doing, obviously using BitYard and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, even more so, we're trading outside our downtrend here. This was not expected. I feel like we are going to be rejected soon, though. I don't want to scare anyone, but there is still this big, descending fractal at play here. There is still this major downtrend for the most part, and I would not be surprised if we start battling this resistance and trending below here. I really would not be surprised. I mean, I don't know how else to move it. I don't even think we can, but you can easily see that in the past we have broken bearish from this, and I would not be surprised if we start hitting problem zones and correcting back down and closing the dailies below these resistances here. But there still is resistance at play here at about 50K. If we break through 50K too, that is extremely bullish here, but I don't think we're going to have the volume to start trending through here. We're currently overbought on the 4 hour, which means we're probably at the peak of its movement, and I don't think we're going to be moving much higher from there. So that's kind of where I'm at. Otherwise, the S&P 500 looks terrible, so I'd like to see how we continue. Ideally, hopefully, we don't break below this bottom 4 hour price or the daily price here. If we break below this level right here, we break below the red band on the S&P 500, there's a big chance we could anticipate a much bigger drop in sight, which would probably be sending us back down to, I don't know, at least the top of our big long-term ascending fractal, which you can see is right here, much lower. We've extended so much higher out. There's a chance that we could see this bring us much lower into here. Not that I expect it to happen. Yes, we have broken through these moving averages before. There's a big chance we could see it again. But who knows what could happen. This might not be, recovered at prices like this in a very long time. Very interesting, very crazy. Nobody was anticipating this. If you sold at the top here, you're playing a game, because there's no like 1039 exchange in this. You'd have to immediately, pay your taxes on it. Could it recover, and could you make some money off of it? Yeah, I guess you could, buying in at the bottom, but you're just going to have to play the game. We've recovered from everything, so I don't see us not recovering from this moving forward. Otherwise, I know that was a lot to talk about, but that's going to wrap up today's video. So definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.